Every new season brings with it surprising starts, but what's transpired so far in Milwaukee this year has been shocking. The Bucks aren't just off to a slow start, they flat out stink, and this might only be the tip of the iceberg. With just 2 wins from their first 10 games, the Bucks entered this week 14th in the East and 29th overall, with a bottom 5 defense and the point differential of a 55-loss team. And unlike decimated losers in Philly and Toronto, the Bucks can't point to injuries as an excuse. Sure, Chris Middleton has yet to play this season, but Giannis Antetokounmpo, Damian Lillard, and Brook Lopez have all played at least 10 games.
Seems like a solid plan.
Dame and the Greek Freak are both having productive seasons. Giannis leads the league in scoring, and their offensive partnership is going much smoother than last year. Meanwhile, Lopez remains an elite rim protector. Where has it all gotten them? The Bucks have been outscored with Dame and Giannis on the court, and have barely won the minutes with all 3 of Antetokounmpo, Lillard, and Lopez out there. Middleton will boost Milwaukee's mediocre offense, but is a 33-year-old coming off double ankle surgeries really going to be the difference for a wannabe contender?
His ankles are broken!
He has broken his ankle!
The Bucks' schedule eases up over the next few weeks, with 10 of 11 games either coming at home or against a losing team. And they can't possibly be this bad. For starters, role players like Gary Trent Jr., Bobby Portis, Pat Connaughton, and even Lopez are going to shoot better around the big 2. But this creaky roster just doesn't have enough juice. That's particularly evident on the defensive end, where there's less hope for an in-season turnaround. Replacing Trent, arguably the worst defensive player in the league to start the year, with Andre Jackson Jr. is a fine start, but it's not enough. Between sieves on the perimeter and an overall pitiful approach to transition defense, Milwaukee is going to be a season-long tire fire on that end. Now, ordinarily, an all-in team looking at a 5-alarm blaze would be ripe for a coaching change, but don't bet on that in Milwaukee, where Doc Rivers is only 10 months into a $40 million 3.5-year contract signed after he replaced Adrian Griffin, who himself was fired after a concerning 30-13 start.
I think I may have made a big mistake.
To be fair, this isn't really on Doc. The fact he's been so powerless to stop the bleeding is more of a roster problem, not a coaching issue. The Bucks boast one of the game's premier talents in Giannis, but his supporting cast is filled with aging, unathletic, mostly one-way players that limit his ability to keep pace with the defending champion Celtics or even the more balanced Cavs. Say what you will about the banged-up 76ers, but Daryl Morey has constructed a team with more assets and maneuverability than multi-star squads usually enjoy. The Bucks, meanwhile, have already sold the farm. They're a second apron team limited in the type of transactions they can complete. Jackson represents the closest thing they have to a promising young talent, and they can't trade a draft pick until 2031. Milwaukee doesn't even own a second-round pick for the remainder of the decade.
I have nothing left! Nothing!
I'm not going to relitigate the moves that got them here. Trading a boatload of picks for Jrue Holiday helped the Bucks win the franchise's first championship in 5 decades. And flipping Holiday in a deal for Lillard was a no-brainer at the time, even if it backfired spectacularly. But this steaming pile of rubble is just what the Bucks are now. There's nothing even resembling a light at the end of the tunnel. The lack of draft picks is why, from Milwaukee's point of view, they can't afford to punt on whatever's left of their title window. With nothing to gain from rebuilding, they have no choice but to continue pushing this boulder up the hill. Expect Giannis to take matters into his own hands sooner rather than later, though. If we can spot this sinking ship, then no doubt the captain can too, and he's not gonna let what's left of his prime go down with it.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button.